So now we will talk about how to use the questions as a power. Using the power of questions, how to make good questions, and how to use those questions in order to control a conversation. I am saying right? Yes. Who is the person who controls a conversation? Is the person who is talking, or is the person who is asking the questions? Well, according to these several studies, the person who controls the conversation is the person who is asking questions. So that is the power. Now, when you are in a networking event, how do you begin a conversation? You can begin the conversation by asking a question, believe it or not. I actually ask a question or a comment about something. One way to ask a question is, the easy way is the question with fact-finding questions. You're asking for a fact. Why is the easy way? Because you're not asking for something that the person don't know. You don't asking for something that is intrusive. It's just a general question about something that you would like to know. For example, and it's a closed question. Have a specific answer. You can ask, how many staff do you have in your company? The person will just answer 300, 200, etc. And you just begin a conversation. Or you can ask, which is the best road to take me from here to there? It's an informational question, and the person will explain you how to go from one place to another. So though the fact-finding questions are the best way to begin the conversation, because they're not intrusive. Now, the second way to continue this conversation, because remember we want the ping pong, you click send a question, come back, send a question, come back. So you can continue that if you are interested in continue talking with the person, even by email. You ask, every time you send the email for the first time, you need to ask a question because you need the person actually to send you back some answer. Clarifying questions, they're very good, because you rephrase what the person is telling you in order to make sure that you understood or you understand better. So you can say, and I'm right in saying this and this. So basically you're rephrasing what the person is saying. Or I say, are you saying that if I go for the right and then go to the left, that's the better road? So with that clarifying question, you make the person make them feel that you actually listening to them, and that you actually care what they're saying, and you actually want to make sure that you understood, just with that clarifying style. Another way, so you have the informative and the clarifying. Another way to continue the conversation, asking questions, is something that we call developmental questions, because you ask for more information. You ask a person to expand the information that is giving you, if the information is very important for continuing this conversation. For example, the idea is to increase the amount of information that you want to gather to understand that person. So you say, can you expand this topic? Could you give me an example of how to do this and that? Can you expand the conversation, or can you give me more info about, oh, that's so interesting, I would like to know more. What else? Tell me. So those developmental questions help the person to continue the conversation and give you more information of whatever the passion of this person is. And so you have now these kind of questions. Now the fourth question is something that we call testing, because you also want to understand what is important for that person. You need to understand what is the reaction to this person to this and that, because remember, your goal is understanding the person. So you assess the person's position with the testing questions. What is the position on all of these, in order then you can move your position. So you can say question, is this as important to you? Or what is your reaction to this? Or you're watching TV or discussing something, what is your reaction? Or you are in the discussion group, you analyze the person's position based on the answers. That's the testing questions. Now the other one that is very interesting is not really those questions to get information, it's actually a question to guide your audience. That's very interesting. You actually make a question to guide them because your question includes the answer you want to hear. You see that one? The question includes the answer you want. That's what we call leading questions. So you give the other person the answer in their question to answer what you want from them. For example, you can say, all our customers prefer this option. Would you like that as well? So what you're saying, you're actually giving it the option to choose, and you're telling everybody wants that. Do you like it? So in other words, even you asking the question, you're actually giving the answer that you would like to hear. So those are the kinds of questions that you have. Now, besides of those questions, we have 4 kinds of questions, which is part of those 4. Open questions. You know, when you ask something that it will help the person to tell whatever they want. Closed questions, when you want a yes or no answer, because you're assessing the position. Proving questions is when you ask for more information related with expanding, right? You prove, so you want more and more and more of the person. Checking and clarifying questions is when you checking if you understand and clarifying if what you understood is correctly. So if you manage all of these kind of questions during a conversation, you will be able to actually talk with the person. You will be able to understand the person. And not only that, you will be able to be in control of the conversation. Is that amazing? So you really need to practice those. And in fact, go to a McDonald's or any place and eat and start asking questions and see the reaction and see how long you can take in a conversation with a person. Go to a networking event and practice and say, well, I was able to take with this person 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 10 minutes, based on your questioning. The same thing, go to the discussion groups online and start asking questions. See the speed of people answering instead you making comments on them. You will see the difference. So now let's go to the third one.